Have you ever realized how the spare parts logo on the title screen has the par in both of them lined up?
Oh, that's pleasing.
Yeah.
That's really pleasing, actually.
Spar parts.
Oh, I like that. That's that's one of those touches that can only come after you've stared at your own title for too long.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. Anyway. Oh, all right. This is more narration from nowhere.
Yeah.
Freaking weird, dude. Oh, right. I was doing this, wasn't I?
I think so.
Some time has passed since the others left her. Just a bit more than 1 hour. A bit more than 1 hour of solitude. Outside the building, she sits on the hard pavement, her back up against the brick wall, her head sometimes angled down at her feet, and other times up at the dark sky above her. Sitting like this in complete silence for just a bit more than 1 hour. Perhaps the longest she's ever spent so inactive in all her memory. At least, inactive by her new standards. Because she cannot grab a hold of even a single thought to reflect on in all of that time. Memories flow in and out of her mind. Words, phrases, sentences, gestures, faces, all of it playing on repeat, flashing before her again and again and again. But none of it properly settles into her thoughts. It all flows in and out and back in again, slipping between her fingers each time. All of it only linked by a single question playing itself between each one like a burst of static. What am I supposed to do? Only just now does that static linger, drowning out all other noise from the stream. She listens to it intently as it sings its spell to her. What am I meant for? What good am I at this point? To fail again and again at the one thing I was built to do. They really would be better off without me, wouldn't they? And yet, I have the audacity to claim that I know what is best.
A one?
I'm such an incompetent and wretched fool.
Hey, a one?
So completely and utterly.
Can you hear me?
Those words snap her to attention. She looks up to the sky again, and in place of the stars.
Hey, are you okay?
Lucy, when did you learn how to hover? Lucy. Lucy. Lucy, why are you here? She offers her hand to O1, who tentatively takes it and allows Lucy to help her to her feet.
Oof, I forgot you're so heavy.
I am sorry, I am very dense. I've heard that some people find density attractive. Like
Yeah.
tungsten.
Yeah. Do you contain any tungsten? Just asking, no reason.
I do not contain any tungsten.
No particular propensity for the density.
Yes, I know. Please do not say anything.
I wasn't going to.
What are you doing here? Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Killy woke up. They were still a little delirious, but we got their blood on the right track again. They'll be okay. They're resting in bed now.
I see. Did they tell you what happened?
I didn't push for answers. I'll talk to them about it later.
I see. All right.
What are you doing out here? You were looking really zoned out just now.
Was I? Oh, I am just, O3 wanted some space, so I am staying out of the basement for a little while.
Doesn't sound like it went too well.
I did not even get to the part where I could go easy on her. She got upset as soon as I started asking questions. Oh, I am sorry. It is late and getting colder. Do you want to step inside?
No, this is okay. I don't mind.
She turns her back to the building and leans up against the wall. O1 follows her lead. The both of them look up at the sky simultaneously as a hush falls over them as they do. But Unit O1's mind has already quieted down compared to just a few moments ago. Like a storm had finally passed.
Are you doing okay?
But the waters remain unsteady. I have no idea. Too much has happened today. Even putting aside everything with O2 and O3.
Are you talking about that girl, Bellatrix?
Yes. It is hard to believe that all of this was a coincidence. For another android, even remotely similar to us, to exist in this same city. The city that we are in. And to encounter her under these circumstances.
Plus the VT Industries insignia on those papers and that weird clinic.
And Nova. For him to have bought out the store, tossing a large sum of money in our laps when we most needed it. It is all too strange.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Were it that I could focus all of my attention on that mystery.
Did the two of you get into a fight?
I suppose you could call it that. She was very upset with me at any rate.
I figured as much. Do you want to talk about it?
I suppose there is no point in holding back now that you know our secret.
Yeah, there is no need to hide anything from me if it's something you want to share. I've made my choice. I'm here with you no matter what, okay?
Okay. After all you have done for us, I owe you that much at least.
It's really nothing. I just can't mind my own business, that's all.
Your words. I like that about you. More than anything, I feel furious with myself.
With yourself? You couldn't have stopped all this from happening.
Today's events were more than some freak incident. They are a direct result of everything that has happened the past few months. All of this time, I've tried to keep her safe by holding her down, by locking her in a cage, and even as I have lightened the restrictions somewhat, I have only increased the size of that cage. Not telling her why, and expecting her to simply accept that, was unreasonable of me.
But it's not something you could have told her. If you had, she'd have been hurt even more.
Maybe, but I am not so certain that that is a bad thing as it feels like. She told me earlier today that I have no trust in her, that I do not have the ability to rely on her. And she was right. All of this time I have thought of her as so weak and so frail. I thought that knowing the truth would damage her beyond repair, that she would not be able to handle it. That is what I told myself. In the end, it was my own cowardice, my own selfishness that brought me to those conclusions. She has been shouldering so much on her own, and yet she continues to struggle against me. She pushes herself to her limits to follow her own heart. And ultimately, it is not the place of someone like me, who has no heart, to deny her that.
You have a heart? Nobody without a heart could be saying the things you're saying right now. Nobody without a heart would be beating themselves up so hard over this.
Do you really think so? I was only programmed to have concerns for their well-being. It makes sense that a heartless robot, like me, would feel so defeated at her own failure.
Yeah, even then. We're all programmed in our own ways. It doesn't make any difference to me the nature of that programming. What matters is what you're feeling right now. That's real.
Thank you, Lucy. Though it does not make me feel any less of a coward. I have not told her this, but the passion she has for discovering new things, for participating in the world around her, for fighting back against this unfair hand that we have been dealt, no matter how hard it is. She has taught me a lot, and she has given me a sense of hope.
Hope?
Regardless of myself, I want her to succeed. I want to give her everything she could ever want. All of us, we were made for very specific purposes, and I am not convinced we were ever capable of fulfilling those purposes, of meeting our Creator's expectations. But still, I am bound by my programming. I can only move outside of it so far. And O3, right now, she is the same way. She was designed to interface with humans, to empathize and feel on a level the rest of us do not, to truly engage with humanity on a deeper level than I ever could. I want to see that. I want so badly for her to realize that potential and to break out of the limitations of our programming like only she can. And yet, I am the one who crushes her spirit, again and again, for some meaningless sense of duty that I have. Even if she were to lose hope, then where could I find it for myself? How could I ever believe in a decent life for me? In the end, all I am is selfish and afraid. Of course, she would never trust someone like me to protect her. I have only made her life miserable. I can hide behind as many excuses as I like, but it will never change the reality that I am a total failure. To her, and to everyone and everything, I am completely and utterly worthless. It's really much clearer that Lucy is slowly morphing into...
You're being way too hard on yourself. The responsibility of everyone's lives was placed on you without your say, and without anyone else to back you up. Of course it'd be difficult. Of course you'd stumble. There's nothing selfish about trying to protect someone. You love her, right? So of course you'd try your best. Of course you want to see her smile. Of course you don't want her to hurt. You're trying so hard to take all of this on by yourself, and I'm sure that's why she feels the same way you do. She wants to help you. She wants to protect you. She doesn't want you to hurt like this.
I don't want her to hurt. I do not want any of us to hurt. But even just surviving feels so difficult. I cannot even imagine a future where the pain is gone. I'm just so useless.
No, you're not.
I am completely useless. Oh, right, that's me reading a character's lines. That wasn't me reading my own mind out loud. Got it. Hitting a little bit too close to home for a bit here. Lucy holds her tighter and closer as Unit 01 trembles in her arms. They stop talking because, if they tried, they would only repeat the same things they've already said, over and over and over. All they can do is hold each other in silence, soaking their hearts in one another's pain, until all of those feelings have washed themselves away.
O1 and I hug each other for what feels like a really long time. In reality, it probably wasn't much more than 10 minutes, but it felt like an hour at least. We probably would have kept going for a lot longer, too, if not for the sudden feeling of water drops landing on top of our heads.
Do they rust?
Today is not the day to find out. It comes quickly, and we both pull away from each other at the same time. Without asking, we agree to step back inside the shop before it starts pouring even harder. That was quick. I didn't notice any rain clouds rolling in.
Me neither.
Say, is rain a problem for you all? Would it, I don't know, damage you somehow?
No, for the most part we would be fine. We are sealed tightly enough at our joints to prevent water from getting into our sensitive parts. I cannot say I particularly enjoy getting wet, though.
I see.
Anyway, I apologize for all of that. It all came over me rather suddenly.
A little like the rain clouds, maybe.
Is that what they call empathic weather?
Ha!
That is funny. I suppose so.
Well, how do you feel now? Any better?
I would not say better, but my head feels somewhat clearer.
That's good. Find anything helpful in there now that it's less foggy?
You have mentioned before that you left your parents behind because they mistreated you.
Yeah.
I keep thinking about that. We don't have parents in the traditional sense, but we were certainly created by someone. Someone who is not here anymore. I want to know what happened to them. Whether they are still alive out there somewhere. Whether they ever think of us and miss us. If there was something I or any of us did to drive them away, I'd like to apologize, to make it up to them somehow and prove our worth to them. But is that selfish of me? If our creators left us behind for some reason, that is their decision, right? It is not my place to reach out and find them, is it?
That's not...
And not just them. If O3 has decided on her own terms that I am not fit to raise her, then it is her right to leave, is it not? Regardless of what happens next. Isn't that the same thing? Have not I caused her enough pain that she can make that decision for herself? Would it be right of me to force her to stay?
That's completely different. You aren't her parent, you're her sister, right?
Yes, but those labels are arbitrary since we are not.
It's arbitrary no matter what. I didn't choose to be born to my parents, and my parents didn't choose me as their child. It just sort of happened that way. The same for you all. You didn't choose to be born. You didn't choose the circumstances of your birth, to be responsible for each other without your creator there to raise you. It may not feel this way, but you don't owe anything to O3. Not in the same way a parent who decides to raise a child owes anything to them. You were both brought into this situation without any say in it. And regardless of what you feel your duty is, you made the choice to do your best for her sake. It's true that if she really wants to leave, she can do that, even if it puts her in danger, if the pain you've caused her is actually that bad, but I don't think it is. Do you know why she actually ran away today?
Because of my ineptitude, right?
Well, not exactly. This might be something better to hear from her, but I'll say at least one thing. She went looking for a job today to support you financially.
She did what?
Killy showed me this earlier. Part of why I came back to check on you was to show you this. She tried to drop off an application at the place Killy works. She overheated and her battery died before she could make it back home. She wants to help you, O1. That's all she's ever wanted, but you've never accepted it. You rejecting her offer is probably as painful for her as it is for you to let her down, don't you think? I can see how badly everything has hurt you, and how badly it's hurt her, too. You're not alone in this, O1. As long as you both want to care for each other, you're in this together, as family, right?
I see your point. It is as I have said before, I have stubbornly refused to put even a little bit of faith into her. It is by sheer coincidence that I am Unit 01, and apparently have some degree of authority over her. So if fate had reversed our roles, I would probably be feeling the same as her. I really am foolish not to have seen that earlier.
I don't think you're foolish, not for this anyway. You've been put in a terrible situation, made to be the older sister who takes care of everyone, when you don't have any help of your own. But you started realizing that on your own. That's why you brought me into all this, right? Everyone has strengths and weaknesses. You have a lot of strengths, but no offense, your weaknesses are super obvious.
Well, there will be no argument from me.
And she has weaknesses too. But if you pay attention and give her the opportunity, you'll see her strengths shine brighter than anything else. For example, while you struggle with understanding human society, that's something she's really gifted at. She's so curious and earnest about her interests. It's hard not to love her. Even Killy fell for her magic spell, and they hate just about everyone.
I think that speaks to how much you and O3 have in common as well.
Huh?
You are right. My weaknesses are apparent. It shows itself in the sort of people whose support I most need. The two of you fill in all of the spots that I am missing.
Well, that's good.
There is something I want to do for O3. To show her that I trust her. I do not know if I can tell her the truth of her body just yet, but for now I would like to accept her help.
I'm sure that'll make her really, really happy. Of course, I don't really think her getting a job somewhere else is the best idea, but I'll help you all figure it out. It's the least I could do for putting her in danger again and again.
Danger?
Yeah, I mean, we went behind your back to see the cafe over and over, so...
Over and over?
Yeah?
You took her in there more than once?
Yeah, didn't you know about that? Her hiding her arm in various places so we could sneak back to Elder Street.
I did not know about that part.
Oh, well, shit.
It is fine. It does not make much of a difference. I did notice the way her tracking information would stop updating for most of the time you were out. But I just assumed that was, well, never mind.
Huh? What did you assume?
Nothing.
No, you have to tell me now.
Well, I just figured if the two of you were seeking some degree of privacy on your dates to do whatever things you might do alone...
What did you think we were doing?
I will not elaborate any further. All the things that O1 is perfectly fine with, and...
Glad we have your blessing, at least?
I did not say that.
Anyway, getting back to an earlier point.
And don't think I have not noticed how you are slowly morphing into me.
Yeah,
there
weird,
might be
huh?
slightly brighter red and slightly brighter blue. Maybe a slightly more diluted red for the hair. But it is undeniable. We are basically palette swaps.
Just wait, within a chapter or two, I'll have abs.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well then, I will have to pay you back.
Also, we're not palette swaps, we're same palette. That's like the opposite of a palette swap. We're sprite swaps with the same palette.
You're absolutely right, I fucked it up. I fucked up my own joke.
I don't think it's wrong to want to know who created you, especially in your case, when they might have vital information about your bodies. I think you have a right to hear from them why you were made, and how you're supposed to continue existing. So, as long as I'm with you, I'll help you, okay? We'll definitely find them, whatever it takes.
Thank you, Lucy. I want very badly to find them, so...
The admission of that one little thing seems to choke her up somewhat, and she turns away from me. I reach out to touch her shoulder. It's okay, I understand. That's all I wanted to say. I should probably get back home so you can do all your night stuff.
I do have a particularly large amount of night stuff to do this evening. Thank you, as always, Lucy, for your insight, your patience, and your care.
How do you blush if you're made of metal? You're blushing. How does that work?
I don't know. Maybe you should help me figure it out. No? Listen, it's been it's been a long time since I had to flirt with someone who I wasn't 100% certain was going to reciprocate. Right? I'm still working. I need to keep this kind of stuff in check here. Our version of flirtation is me belching sometimes and being like, that was pretty great, wasn't it? And then you going, yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Our version of flirtation is when I talk to you for 2 hours straight about some nonsensical historical fact about polearms I learned.
And I nod politely.
Yeah.
Yep. Our version of flirting is putting on 3 hours of music to turn into a slug with.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. Slug night.
Slug night.
What I'm saying is that I'm kind of out of practice with the more traditional flirtation here, so. Well, do not say something like that.
Sorry, bad habit. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Yes, before you go,
What is it?
Are you, never mind. Some other time.
Okay, take care, Owen.
Goodbye, Lucy.
We wave at each other as I step out the door. I sigh when I feel the cool air on my face. It started pouring down even harder in the short while we were inside. As soon as I step out the door, it comes down really hard on top of me. But for a moment, I just stand there with zero urgency. I look up at the dark sky, completely shrouded in clouds and rain. My face gets soaked and my hair matted down with water after barely any time. This is it then, huh? I've committed. This is the path my life is taking, no matter what I do from here on out. I'm tired.
Fair.
Canary, what's your favorite animal? The next time I wake up, it's in the real world. My pod hatch slowly opens up, revealing the fully lit basement ceiling. My vision, slowly restabilizing, focuses on the face of the person standing above me.
Hello. I do just stand on top of you watching you until you are ready to talk. I've got the autistic thing where I can't start another project until the thing I'm waiting for is done. In this case, the thing I am waiting for is you to wake up.
I sit up once I'm able to, my system's spinning back up one by one. Morning.
Good morning.
What time is it?
It is about 3 a.m. on Monday morning. 11:11. Very good if you are into numerology, which I hope you are not.
Damn, that early? No wonder I'm so tired.
I apologize. I do not mean to keep you awake for long if you do not wish to be.
What's up? Something wrong?
No,
She looks away from me, chewing on what she wants to say. I don't have the energy to pester her into spitting it out, but thankfully I don't have to.
It is almost the time of the day that I run my regular diagnostics on you all.
Oh, I get it. I'm to face the music, right? See what the damage is?
If you would like to put it that way.
Well, what am I awake for then? I can get back to sleep so you can check on my junk in peace.
Is that what you want? To sleep through it?
I don't know. An awkward silence. Neither of us is looking at the other anymore. She doesn't seem much like her usual self today. I know a lot happened, but what am I supposed to do with this sheepishness? She's a sheep. Wake up, sheeple. Hey, before we do all that, can I ask you something?
Yes.
What are you feeling right now?
What am I feeling?
Yeah, I want to know what's on your mind.
I am feeling uncertain.
About what?
Well, most things.
Give me one.
I am uncertain how you are feeling.
Wow, what a cop-out.
I am being serious.
Really? I thought it'd be obvious how I'm feeling.
Dorselessness?
No, trantive.
Well, if you need to spell it out, I'm feeling a lot of ways. Frankly, I'm still pissed off at you. But I'm also tired of feeling pissed off, you know? Used up all my anger juice the past few days. So, I don't know. Guess I'm just feeling kind of empty.
Used up all my anger juice. Oh, we'll need to refill that. The anger reservoir is running low.
That's why we make a slosh sound whenever we walk around. I see.
You gotta check me out, right? And, either way, I'll stay up for it.
You will.
Yeah, I'll get back to sleep afterwards.
All right, then. Are you all right standing up?
After quickly disconnecting myself, I make a humble little show of hopping out of my pod and stretching my legs. Yep, all good to go. She nods and I follow her off further into the basement. It takes longer than usual. Her legs seem to move more slowly, or maybe her stride is shorter. I can't really tell. I stare at the back of her head. I never really watched her so closely from behind like this. Sometimes it feels like she can see 360 degrees around her. That nothing could be out of her sight, but she doesn't react at all, no matter how closely I stare. Has she always walked this slowly?
O1 is building herself up to it, huh?
She helps me up onto the disassembly table. I lay flat on my back and stare up at the ceiling as she walks to her work monitor to set things up. I turn my head towards her, again only catching the back of her head. She stands at a raised keyboard, typing inputs quickly, and the screen display flashes quickly through a bunch of stuff that I don't really understand. Hey, how come you don't have a chair?
I do not need one.
Well, sure, but I've seen lots of unused chairs around here. A desk lowers, right? Why not set it up like that?
It takes longer to move between a chair and the table.
I guess so. She turns back towards the table and, as always, stands directly over me.
I am going to start then.
Yep. I can tell that she hesitates for a second, but she closes her eyes and sighs silently and puts her hand on my chest.
I am turning your motor systems off.
Okay.
My
body relaxes itself onto the flat metal as soon as she does. I never realized just how tensed up I am until it's taken away from me like that. Even my face, which I thought I'd kept real cool, resets to its factory setting. Just a blank expression that I never have otherwise.
I am going to disassemble your chest this time.
Like, all the way?
Yes. I have wanted to avoid it, considering the delicacy of these components, but I will take my time. There is nothing to worry about.
Alright. She nods down to me and moves her hands to start detaching my arms. I can't see, but I feel the metal plating from around my shoulders get detached and pulled off piece by piece. Owen always tells me it's unsafe to pop my arm out of its socket with force. This is a process you're supposed to go through to get it off safely. It's just such a pain in the ass. But it's fine. She's got to do things by the book. I don't mind waiting too much. She told me she could shut me down for this anyway. I told her I wanted to be here, so I can't complain. Why did I say that anyway? What am I getting out of this? Hey, sis.
Yes, what is it?
Can I watch?
Watch.
I want to watch you do it. Can you stand my head upright?
With what?
I don't know. My clothes are still sitting over there, right? Prop me up like a pillow.
All right.
Her hands reach behind my head and gently lift me up, cradling my head in her arms. I'm feeling things that I'm really not meant to be feeling in a physical way. She carefully positions my sweater down on the head of the table, thoughtfully considering how my head will rest in it, and places me down in the center of it. She adjusts the sweater a little bit to make sure I don't topple over. Hello.
How is that?
It's fine. It's good, I guess. Thank you.
You're welcome.
She looks back to my body, seeming to hesitate. She looks at me again.
I am going to keep going now.
Okay. There's suddenly this weird feeling in the air. I don't know how to explain it. I've never actually seen her do this to me. Not like this. Maybe the first time I've ever been thankful my face can't move. I don't want her to see the stupid, embarrassing expression I'd be making. Well, go ahead then. Stop staring.
Right. Thing is, I'm sure I've read this exact fantasy by someone before.
Oh, absolutely.
Someone going through the erotic fantasy of having someone disassemble your own body while you watch.
Yeah.
I feel like that's got to have been a thing. Was that part of the
I feel like that was
of the game we played from New Love?
I feel like that was in the doll game.
I feel like that was in the doll game. Yeah, that was actually. Go back and check it. That was a really fun game that we played. And Volition New Love does a lot of really great stuff. Go check their stuff out if you haven't yet.
Right.
Oh, sorry, that was a one. Right.
She takes her head back to focus up and continues slowly removing my limbs. I don't want to say anything. I watch her in silence for the longest time. She gathers my arms and legs together and sets them to the side. And that just leaves my whole torso. She flips it onto its back. My back? Her back? That's weird. It's my back. I've just never seen my back before. So fucked up, actually. A lot of my outer plating in my arms and legs pops off pretty easily if you stick your finger in the right place. If you know what I mean. But since my chest and head hold all the most important stuff, they've made it a bit more complicated. They're teeny tiny little screws you need a special screwdriver for. It's like a matchstick or something. Owen keeps it in a special toolbox so it doesn't get lost. One time I tried using it while Owen was out, and I could barely even hold it right, and nearly broke the damn thing. But she uses it so easily. Watch her pull out the screws from my back one by one, setting them all in a small tray.
Imagine it's difficult that she doesn't get to use magnetic screws and drivers.
Do we know they don't?
Well, they're androids. That seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, but you can use them. I use a magnetic screwdriver on my laptop when I'm doing repairs there.
I guess.
It's fine.
Yeah, maybe.
My outer plating is basically my skin. Each separate piece has nerve receptors all across its surface. That's what allows me to feel touch and warmth and, stuff like that. Even now, after it's been detached from me, I can still feel it, which is really messing with my sense of self. You know that sense of self that takes everything that you experience and then places it on what you perceive to be your body? Yeah, that's like your self-perception of where your body is in physical space in relation to you, right?
They've done studies on this where you can actually actively mess with that.
Oh, absolutely. Like the Phantom Hand experiment.
Right, there's that. There's also, like, even more drastically, there was the one where they had an experiment where someone could only was basically set up to watch themselves from above for, like, a couple days at a time. And could only, would only have a bird's eye view of themselves. And even then, their sense of self got moved to where they saw themselves.
Messed up.
Which is so weird when you think about it, that is something that is malleable about us. I don't like that.
As she moves my torso around, unscrews various pieces from it, for the most part I can still feel all of it.
I feel like I've played enough RPGs that I would be fine with third-person camera view. I think it's a skill issue, really.
Holy shit. I mean, I don't think I would be. There's a difference between third-person camera view in that I get to play it on a screen in front of me, and third-person camera view in that I don't have a choice.
Just don't invert the axes. I hate that shit.
I wasn't a flight sim kid, and yet I have to invert the axes.
The way her hands gently but confidently handle my body, so even completely separated from it, it still feels like my body. Even the parts that don't have nerves, like the screws, once they're gone, I feel their absence. I feel the spot in my arms where they usually rest.
Why would you have nerve receptors on that? I guess maybe it's more like, it's like the weird mental sense of self thing. We just talked about all this. I don't need to cover it again.
I try to think about this sort of junk every now and then, but it just makes my head hurt, so. Doesn't really matter though, does it? Once someone puts it all back together again, it'll be as me as it has always been. Unless she's been slipping out screws. So far, none of us has been ship of Theseus, but it's on the table.
Wait, but isn't Unit 04 basically a ship of Theseus type thing? That, like, they didn't have all the right parts?
Yeah,
or
but
something?
04, in this version of 04, in this consciousness, has only ever been within that body.
Okay.
Right?
Once all the orange and white outer pieces are removed and organized neatly to the side, the inside of my chassis is mostly black and dark gray. All the inner parts. It'll either be the first time I've seen them. I want to reach down and touch it all, feel the shapes and temperatures. Maybe some other time. That sounds like another thing I would read. She places her palm in the center of my chest and turns her eyes toward me all of a sudden. Yo, what's up?
I need to look at your EI core.
My core, huh? Alright, sure, go ahead then. What? What's up? Something wrong?
No, it is nothing.
My chassis facing upwards again, she puts her hand under the back side of my chest screen and unscrews something. The monitor detaches from my body except for an alarmingly thin wire connecting it. She gently sets it aside and clicks a small button near where my sternum would be. As soon as she does, several pieces of hard metal resembling a claw, or maybe some kind of man-eating plant, unfurl from the center like they were clutching something. Right in the center, slowly revealing itself, a bright orange light shines onto my face. More delicately than anything, O1 reaches inside the cavity and lifts it out.
Glad the cores are color-coded as well.
Right? Oh, look at that.
A small, ornate glass ball, decorated with thin cracks across its surface, shining that orange light from inside of it.
Also, that's where their flower motif comes from. You see it?
Yeah.
That's the 6-petal flower motif, though, and not the 8-petal flower motif that was on the VT Industries logo.
It also looks like a yin and yang.
It does.
Also looks like a glass ornament, with just a single red thread connecting it to my body. O1 holds it between her thumb and forefinger, slowly turning it around to look at all angles. It's the first time I've seen it. My EI core. I don't really know the specifics, but this core is something like our heart, or maybe our soul. The scariest part is, despite it being attached from my head, I've never noticed it before, but I can feel it. It weighs exactly, 21 point something grams?
What did they measure the weight of a soul to be that one time?
Don't remember.
It was I feel like it was 21 and change.
I can feel O1 fingers gingerly holding it up. Feel just how hot it is against her skin. I've always been able to feel it. Why does it feel so... Hey, O1. Seems like I caught her a little off guard. All her focus was fixed on this tiny little fragile ball. Why can we feel pain?
We have thousands of small nervous receptors all throughout our bodies, which respond to stimuli in specific ways. So when...
No, I get that much. Like, I know about the nociception bit.
Then what do you mean?
Well, like, somebody made us like that, right? So, why?
Why are we here? Just
to suffer? She looks back to my... I wish someday to meet the god that cursed us with this. And then I'll have the chance to kill him.
It's been too long. I need to remember 2B's speech.
She looks back to my core, eyes glazed over in their usual way.
I cannot say for sure. I only know the original project pitches for each of us. But animals evolved to feel pain so that they know when something is wrong with their body. Without that, I imagine most living beings would have died off long, long ago.
I guess that makes sense for animals. But we're different, right? Why didn't they just program a beeping noise when our bodies are in danger or something?
Aren't there people who don't feel pain in the same way? Like, isn't that just a thing that happens with humans sometimes?
Yeah, and it sucks.
Yeah, and it does actually suck because, like, you don't get the immediate response and thing to, like, remove your hand from, like, a sweltering hot fire.
Yep.
Right? Like, there is a reason that the body has that level of urgency to it and not just kind of a passive warning. I do not know. Perhaps it would not be reliable enough. Or perhaps they wanted us to be like them.
Well, that's a bunch of shit if that's what they're aiming for. Idiots! Clowns, I say! Well, what? What?
It is nothing. The people who built us are long gone. We may never know the truth behind their decisions, but I will do whatever it takes to keep them from hurting you any further.
What? What the hell? What are you saying?
Just thinking aloud, I suppose. I am sorry to say something so weird.
It's fine. Just... Again, right now, I am so thankful my face is stuck like this.
We never have had an 01 perspective chapter, have we? With red flowers.
The narration from Nowhere chapters have been O1's perspective.
No, they've been a perspective from Nowhere following 01.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
Lucy, I've decided to go back to college.
The following Monday.
I love how her two modes are absolute butch masterpiece and complete disaster. There is no in between.
As soon as I step inside, O1 is waiting in the center of the empty lobby, staring directly at me. She calls my name before I can even notice how unusual that is. Hey, good morning.
I had to change because you did not. Good morning. How is Killy doing?
They're doing okay. Karina and I bullied them into staying home from work today, so they're going to keep resting up. Seems like it was a concussion. They've got a really nasty lump on their head, but nothing that should last too long.
That is a relief.
A huge relief.
So O2 straight up gave them a concussion? Wow, dick move. How about you? How are you doing?
Better than previous Mondays, for sure. I guess I'm still a little tired from yesterday, but what can you do?
Yes, I understand. I am a little weary myself, or I suppose I can just say it outright, can't I? My battery did not finish charging.
Do you need to rest some more?
No, I will be fine. It was only because I got to bed late and woke up early.
Well, you know your limits better than I do. Just get your full rest tonight, okay?
I will, do not worry. I am glad that you are here, Lucy.
Did you think I wouldn't come back?
One could hardly blame you after all the stress that I have put you through. But no, that's not it. I took your advice.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
During my maintenance of O3 last night, I woke her up and we talked while I worked on her. About a lot of things. And, well, I suppose I understand her feelings a little bit better now.
That's good to hear. Was she still upset?
Yes, but I am fine with that. She still gave me the chance to come clean, and was candid with her answers to my own questions, so...
Sounds like a great start.
Yes, I thought so as well, but... If all I am willing to put forth is words, then I do not believe that that will solve anything. We will be ensnared in the same vicious cycle as before, and any amount of words would be useless.
So,
here, I will show you.
she leads me over to the other corner of the room and stops in front of a set of double doors. Wait, how long has this been here?
The entire time? This door was not even blocked off, Lucy.
I guess I just didn't notice it.
You are so observant about some things and yet so oblivious about others.
I have door blindness. It's a condition, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. What's in here, though?
Well, I pored over everything she has said to me, and everything you've told me about her feelings, to try to come up with the most significant single action I could take to show her that I want things to change. And the thing that rose to the top was, well, you remember that she submitted a resume to Elder Street, right? She's wanted to help, and I want to finally give her that chance. So...
O1 opens the door and gestures for me to peek inside. She reaches in to flip a light switch and... Oh, yeah, I get it. I know what she means. So you're really gonna let her...
This is maddening. I do think the idea has some potential. In terms of the shop, we ought to start moving in some direction. So this seemed...
Yeah, I get you. I think it makes a lot of sense.
And, well... I thought she might enjoy being surprised with a gift like this as well.
Yeah, I bet she will. This is a great idea. I'm sure it'll make her really happy.
Of course. A lot of work must be done to get it ready. I have scheduled her to continue charging until tomorrow afternoon, so... Would you... help me?
Yeah, of course. Just tell me what to do and consider it done.
Thank you, Lucy. Let us show her just how much we believe in her.
Yeah!
Aw, yeah!
In before they combine all of their disparate interests and end... Oh, that empty space inside of you, it's filling up, isn't it, O1? So in before they combine all of their disparate interests and end up with a car repair shop with an espresso bar and anime memorabilia, but it somehow just works.
That sounds like that works, though. Let's see.
Come to get your oil changed. Sit down for an episode of NGE while they're working on it. Enjoy a macchiato.
There you go.
It could just work. It's like one of those. Every town of a decent enough size has one shop that makes no fucking sense, and you're like, why are all of these items in one place, and why is this business still open? And yet it's remarkably successful and stays there and becomes a fixture of the community.
Because it's an institution at this point.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's what they're going to end up with. Who's this?
So, how did it go?
Good call.
No. I wasn't able to hear most of it, but, yeah. My senses were already occupied, so I guess I can't, yeah, I don't really need to know the details. So, what happened with O3 earlier? Did you, I see. So she didn't find some kind of workaround, at least, well, that's good. She seemed in bad shape, so I guess your plan is working, but... Are you sure O1 will go through with it when the time comes? Ugh, I don't know, I'm just worried. If it gets really bad, there might be no coming back for her. Can't you just force it to happen right now? We can cut it off, call it an accident. Right, okay, never mind then, sorry. Sorry, I'm getting emotional again. Yeah, it's okay, I know you're, Okay, I'll try to remember that. Thank you for keeping my thoughts straight. I'll probably be completely useless without you. And who knows what else would have happened by now. The only reason we're still alive, after all.
What?
Who you chatting with, 04? Yeah, I know it was 04. Who they chatting with? We
That
have
didn't
3 more
sound
chapters
so
in this.
good.
Tips. Have tips been updated? No, these look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all the same. All right. Let's save and keep going. Continue.
Huh? What? What's going on? What's up? What? Ah! Who's there? What? Get out of my face! Ugh. My heart slowly starts to open. I see the same leaves above me as when I fell asleep. Behind it, the bright blue sky I'm used to, and,
Good morning, Your Highness.
Violet. Has she been standing there this whole time? Yo, morning, what's up?
Technically, it is early in the evening, or perhaps late in the afternoon. I'm not sure which.
Does that worry you that you don't know which one it is?
No.
Oh. Damn, that sounds awesome. What? You're the one who said morning first.
Miss Unit 01 asked me to wish you a good morning from her whenever you woke up, so it's not my concern.
Alright. What time is it then?
4:12 p.m. on Tuesday, November 12th.
Yikes, was it really out for that long? I feel like I was asleep for even longer somehow. I stare up through the leaves, rubbing the blurriness out of my eyes. After a couple more minutes, I finally sit up and stretch my arms out with a yawn. After 4? Hey, what's everyone doing right now?
Miss Unit 02 and Supreme Dark Lord Unit 04, the Fallen, are on the network. Miss Unit 01 is tending to some important work offline.
Wait, did 04s always say Supreme Dark Lord Unit 04 the
No,
Fallen?
the title got bigger.
The title got bigger?
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Because that's when 03 noticed that she could change it, right?
Yeah.
But 04 has since gone and updated it.
Yeah.
And they updated it to the Fallen, so they've in all of their kind of over the topness, they have just done something that they kind of regret, haven't they? That's why they are now the Fallen.
I see.
Right, back to work, huh? Jeez. I don't particularly want to go see her. Or O2 for that matter. There's only one person I really want to see right now, but I'm not sure it'd be that easy. You know if Lucy is still around?
I do.
Well?
She's still here. She is assisting 01.
Oh, huh, okay. Alright, thank you. Can you leave me alone for a little bit? Can you? Oh god, are you under orders to monitor me again? Frickin' seriously?
I'm checking. Please wait one moment.
Oh, checking?
Yes, I can do that, Your Highness. It seems my supervision is no longer necessary.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
She disappears with a blip, leaving me alone underneath that tree. What's she checking exactly? Well, whatever. I lean back against the tree with a huge sigh, rubbing my temples. I was hoping that sleeping for over a full day would help me with this headache, but I guess that's just too much to ask for, huh? Try to think back over everything that's happened. I left the lab without permission while I was grounded. That weird guy talked to me until I passed out. When I woke up, he had taken me to some other lab. Right? I didn't just dream that, right? That all happened, right? How in the world was there another place with a machine that could charge my battery? I thought these were like Teslas, where they only work on their own proprietary plugs.
And before it is North American charging standard, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's not that weird nowadays. You can charge on any corner.
Thought that was supposed to be impossible. We don't exist in the world, after all. Then there was that girl. She was definitely an android, too. At least she did have robotic parts, right? Maybe she's a cyborg instead? After that, Right, O2 showed up with Killy in her arms. What the fuck was that about? It'd be one thing if she at least tried to explain it, but she was totally silent. I covered for her, but I gotta know what she was up to. There's no way I'm letting that slide. I hope Killy is alright. Someone told me later they were trying to help find me, too. I don't know what happened, but it's probably all my fault that they got hurt. Lucy's looking after them, so I guess I have to leave it in their hands for now, but I want to be there taking care of them, too. And then the Odo one came to find me. How she managed it, I don't frickin' know. Along with Lulu. That traitor. I still can't believe she ratted me out like that. I could accept that she didn't want me to keep sneaking around under O1's nose, but going that far? And telling O2 of all people? Why would she do that? We haven't really talked since we had that argument. And get rid of this weird feeling in my stomach. I want to talk to her. Wonder if she's left yet. She might still be hanging around even if it's after her shift. Alright. The nod, I stand up. Oh yeah, at a perky 20%. Moment later, I'm awake.
Perfect. Good enough to roll all day.
Yeah! Woo!
If the percent is greater than 1, it doesn't need to be plugged into charge.
There you go.
That's how batteries work.
A moment later, I'm awake in my charging pod. The lid opens and I use the extra room to stretch out my real-world joints. Besides me, as usual, O1's pod is open while O2 and O4's are still closed. Violet did say they were on the network. Probably watching anime or something.
What anime have you been watching recently? I watched My Hime. It was actually pretty ahead of its time in a lot of ways. I feel like it was very much ahead of the curve with the dark magical girl genre. It's definitely has a lot of things that I think Madoka owes to it, but that's it. That's the anime update with SK.
Madoka is better because the faces are more wide.
Madoka is better. Madoka is better.
For that reason, you heard it here first.
Yeah. Yes, that's the reason. God damn it. But I enjoyed watching My Hime, and it was worth the time I spent with it.
Lucy's still here and working, so she's probably at the entrance, right? Hey, let's go see. Lucy, what up? Peek out into the main area from behind a console. This is not there, but it's been cleaned up since I came back the other night, and all those papers were, oh, duh. Violet said she was helping O1, so they must be together. Maybe? Hello? I think I went to check O1's workstation near the back of the... room. I don't go here on my own very often. Only ever when it's time for O1 to check up on me. So it's a little weird, but there's no rules against it or anything. Not here either. Neither of them. Where else? Oh, maybe in the garage? Like last time. They're getting all kissy-kissy together. Blah. I didn't want to think about something like that, but I should still check. Blah. Gross. Girls. Ew. Cuties. I scurry up the stairs and crack the door open, peeking through quietly. Ah! She didn't say specifically, but I'm probably like double grounded by now, right? So it might not be okay for me to be up here, but better to be careful. I don't see or hear anything, so, I flinch at the sound of the bell, expecting for someone to come yell at me for being upstairs, but when I actually look, it's, Kelly? I step into the lobby as they shut the front door behind them. They turn to me with their eyebrows raised. Hey, Kelly, what's up?
Oh, hey, you're up. How you feeling?
Forget about me. What about you? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm a lot tougher than I look.
You already look pretty tough, though. You didn't get hurt or anything, did you? What happened?
It's no big deal. Sorry to worry you.
No, I'm sorry. It's my fault you were out there in the first place, right? I mean, for things to go so wrong, I just...
Hey, it's okay. Seriously. Everything turned out fine, right? They're gonna have Killy teach O3 how to bake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. Because that was the kitchen back there, right? I think they...
Yeah, it's totally got to be a kitchen.
So the two of them have spent some time cleaning it up and getting it ready.
Yeah, I suppose. But what are you doing here? Where's everyone else?
They're working on something right now. I ain't supposed to tell you. Sorry.
Huh?
I was just about to finish up lending a hand, too.
Oh, you were helping them with something?
Yeah, you'll find out soon. I don't know what else to say.
Well, if you say so.
Want to step outside for a sec?
I don't know if I should. I'm in enough trouble as it is, and...
It's just outside. It'll be okay. I promise.
Oh, okay. I open the front door, back up to gesture for me to exit. Timidly, I step outside and look around.
You know what O3 needs?
What?
One of those umbilical cords like you get in Evangelion.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's what she needs. I'm still calling her O3 even though she doesn't have a name, not out of disrespect, but just so we're clear there.
She just needs a longer cord and like a really good ice pack.
There you go.
That or some mindfulness
Unfortunately,
training.
that does mean baking might not be the best option, but I'm sure she'll find a way to make it work. It gets really fucking hot when you bake stuff. Like especially if you are like a person who does baking. It's just like, ugh.
The sun is low in the sky, so it's casting long shadows over the streets. It'll probably be getting dark before too long. Now that I think about it, I haven't been out late enough to see the nighttime. Kelly sits down on the curb in front of me, so I follow their lead and sit next to him. We both just kind of stay quiet. There's a lot of things going through my mind. I was surprised that Kelly had gone with the others to find me the other day. I didn't think they'd care enough to go out of their way. Eventually, I settled on a question. Do you know where Lucy is?
She should be back pretty soon. She and your sister, anyway.
Oh.
I got your paper.
Huh? They pull out a folded up piece of paper and slip it to me between two fingers. It's,
You gave this to Karina. She actually managed to get it to me, if you could believe it.
Wow, really? Shocker.
Is that why you've been coming by the cafe a bunch to get a job?
Oh, of course not. I mean, not exactly. Not at first. Just thought it was cool, the atmosphere, the aesthetic, you know.
Yeah, I guess I can understand that, but seriously, this isn't the one you want to work at if that's what you're after.
Why not?
Too many reasons to get into. Mostly maybe because I don't feel anything from that corporate-style look. It's too forced and insincere.
What's a sincere one look like then?
I don't know. Guess I'm not one to ask. All I really care about is the coffee and the food, so that's where I put my energy.
If it looks like it could pass health code regulations, it's probably too corporate.
Right? Oh my god, right? Like, the best cafes are the ones where you're like, this looks maybe like this shouldn't be here, but you know what? It's all too delicious for me to care about it. I remember the best coffee shop in this place that, Rip to a real one. But they used to roast the beans, like, right out in the open, right next to where you entered the store.
Yeah.
But, like, nothing on top of it, so you could just, like, if you accidentally drop something in it, like...
Whoops, now you're
I
roasting your
understand that there's more steps
iPhone.
to the process after that, but, like, still. Like, that's gotta... Someone had to, at some point, be like, And yet, they were the best.
World's tastiest OSHA violation.
World's tastiest OSHA violation.
Now they are replaced with a different cafe that's in the exact same spot, but the espresso all tastes like battery acid.
Is that what happened to that place?
Yeah, there's another cafe there now. Or at least there was. It might be gone now, but...
Yeah, nothing in our downtown really seems to stick for long these days. Either it's a fucking institution, in which case it's still, a coin flip every so often.
Yeah, half of those left when COVID hit.
Yeah. God. Thank God we still have the independent bookshop. If that place closed down downtown, I would.
We have two.
We do. We have. Because the slightly bigger one started up.
Yeah.
Thankfully. Anyway, enough about our downtown that we're not going to name, but I mean, you probably know it if you know us at all.
Or you don't, and that's fine too.
That's also fine. We're not your friends. We're
I
people
might not
that are
know
talking
it.
to you online. Right? But like, you don't know us. It's fine. You don't have to know where we live.
So I just start
I don't even have to know where I live.
Yes, you do. Please.
Where am I right now? It's a mystery. I've been taken to a recording studio and told to read these lines. Who are you? Who am I?
And yes, those lines are included on the sheet.
Absolutely.
It was the first job I could get. That's really all there is to it. And from my experience, it's not somewhere you want to aspire to.
Are you turning me down?
It's not my decision to make in the first place, but you can do better.
I guess. Just I want to do something. If you're there, that make it a lot easier. It'd be kind of fun, I bet.
Can't deny it'd be nicer to work with you than Karina. Probably make things a bit more fun for me too, but it's just not worth it. If you can aim for something, aim a little higher. I kind of get that vibe. Like, if it's a choice between doing so or not, like, it's always nicer to work with someone you know, but it's not a good idea to make that the reason you work somewhere.
Yeah.
Because your schedules aren't always going to line up. You're going to be on the clock. You won't have time for friend stuff. And if you work the same place, you're probably not working at the same times, which means your schedules are even less likely to line up in the future if you want to have time off to spend with them. So, like, I get it. Sometimes you go with it. Like, my old roomie got my foot in the door at an old job that kept me going for a while. And sometimes you work with it, but don't make that your reason to aspire to somewhere. Unless it's like a tiny, like, gay-owned bookshop that has like 3 employees. I think I'm largely talking about like corporate kind of, large-scale businesses and stuff. No, if you can get a friend to work with you in a place that has like that few people, they're like, oh yeah, fuck, do it. Hell yeah.
Fine. Just tired of feeling so powerless. Wanted a chance to take control.
I feel that. Sometimes all you can do is keep struggling, right? It's just what life is, I suppose.
Well, that sucks ass!
Well, yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Honestly.
Keely exhales and raises their arms up behind their head, lowering themselves onto the sidewalk.
I'm kind of sick of it.
I follow their lead and we both look up at the cloudy sky above. Next time their voice comes out, it's quiet. Slightly hoarse, even.
I don't really like to talk about it, but I'm diabetic, so my body is always at least a little bit on the fritz.
What's that?
Oh, it's, okay. I mean, putting it simply, my body doesn't regulate my blood sugar properly. I have to manually inject insulin to take care of it. If it gets too high or gets too low, it could be really bad. But even if it doesn't kill me, it's always dictating my mood and what kinds of things I'm able to do, how and when I can eat. It can get bad at work if I'm not careful. Managed to keep myself in the back prepping food and baking shit most of the time, so at least I don't have to deal with customers too much, but it's always a struggle. Always shackling me somehow. It means I'm always just one bad day away from ending up in the hospital, which I can't even afford. I can barely even afford my meds. On top of managing a full-time job that treats me like shit, expensive rent, random surprise bills every few months, trying to cook and do chores and look out for Lucy, everything, I'm sick of it all.
Huh?
Sorry, I didn't mean for this to get depressing.
That's okay, it's kind of nice to hear someone else say it.
Yeah?
It's different for me. My body's got problems too. That's why my sister is so strict with me. Some of the stuff you said is stuff I've wanted to say forever. The difference is I don't even know what's wrong with me. Nobody will say, so I can't even manage it myself.
Ugh.
Sorry, I don't mean to make it about me.
No, it's fine. Like I said, I don't like to talk about it much, but I'm glad you can relate. No one really gets it. Lucy tries to help look out for me, and Karina tries to keep me honest at work, but I make it pretty hard on both of them. I don't like anyone else thinking about me like that. I just want to take care of myself and not make anyone else's life harder.
Yeah. Same way, I guess. As much as one tries to help, it's not even what I really want.
Have you tried telling her?
Yeah, of course. Kind of. I usually get mad and start yelling, but, just feels like I'm the only one who doesn't like how things are. So it's hard to speak up about it until I'm too angry to hold it in anymore. I don't want to just survive. I want to reach out for something bigger. I don't know what it could be, but I can feel it out there. I know there's more to life than just making it from one day to the next. But I can't get there on my own. Not like I am now. See what I mean? I could be depressing too.
I guess that makes us even then. Hey, not to change the subject, but, on that paper?
Paper?
You know, the application. There was a name at the top.
Oh, right, yeah. Thought they probably needed me to put something down, so
Is that all it was?
No, I thought about it a lot, and I don't know. I think it's a cute name.
It is. It suits you.
Think so?
Sure. Cute name for a cute girl.
Thinking about telling everyone to start calling me that, but
But
scared of how one would react. She always shoots down any idea I have. She told me I couldn't even have a real name. I don't know what I'd do.
she can't do anything about it. You know how my parents felt about me changing my name? Neither do I. And I don't really care.
I don't know if I can go as far as you did, but
Regardless, something only you can choose for yourself. Don't let her or anyone stop you from taking what you want.
okay. I'll try to give it a shot sometime.
You have my support. Might not look it, but I could throw a mean brick.
That's very epic and badass, but I won't know if that would be enough to take her out.
Her head can't be that hard.
You would be surprised just how hard her head is. Like, actually. She's got a propensity for the density.
I doubt it.
No, thank you. Don't actually do that, though, okay, please?
What? Oh, yeah, no, I wasn't gonna actually. Listen, it's a gay solidarity. Like, have you read your hit? I assumed you were. You know what? I'm just gonna take my foot out of my mouth here. Hey.
Two of us laughed together for a little while, staring up at the sky, laughing and not saying anything else for just a little while longer. What the hell? Nothing's been fixed, but I feel a lot better all of a sudden. Like everything that's happened these last several months and the last few days especially. It all melts away just for those few minutes. Until...
Oh, hey, they're back.
Kelly gestures with their chin a little ways down the sidewalk. I look over to see the car that 01 drove me home in the other day pulling into the garage. Two of us stand up and I make a very brief eye contact with the two people in the car. Lucy and 01.
Let's get inside.
Okay. I follow them back through the door, waiting anxiously for the others to enter the lobby from the garage door. When it finally opens, 01 comes out first, followed by Lucy. They're both carrying big paper bags full of things I cannot see.
03, you're awake.
Yep. Hiya.
Good morning.
Got everything you needed?
Yep, for now anyway.
I am sure there are plenty of other things we will need, but this should be enough to get started.
It started with what? What'd you get? Bags? I love bags. I stand on my toes trying to peek inside the bags, but can't really make anything out. Owen and Lucy both look at each other briefly before turning back to me.
Follow us. There is something we would like to show you.
Huh? Still carrying all those bags, start walking toward the other end of the lobby, approaching a door? How long has that door been there?
No one. We have been working on something while you were asleep. I was not expecting you to be out for as long as you were, so we were able to get more done than anticipated, but it is still... Well... It is still a work in progress, but we thought it might be...
Here, I'll open it.
Oopsie steps in front of 01, who seemed to be getting lost in her words, and puts her hand on the door handle. Still have absolutely zero idea what this is about, and they need to get the best angle of the door opening, eager to see whatever's inside there.
Wait, there's a whole ass apartment back there.
This is, it's a pretty big room. I had no idea this was back here. Further back, there's a couch, a chair, a table, sort of like a living room, but that's not really my focus right now. Because just through the door, counters and cabinets, a sink, a stovetop, an oven, a fridge. It's a kitchen?
Yes it is. Well, we thought that...
It's for you.
For me? What? Wait, what? What do you mean?
It is for you to learn how to bake and cook, if you would like, or anything else that...
Holy shit, snacks!
I remembered that this building had this kitchen yesterday. It was relatively cheap to get in decent working order, and from there all we had to do was purchase some simple cookware.
You did all that for...
I am sorry for shutting your idea down before. If I am being frank, I still have my doubts. But none of us have any better leads. If it is something that you care about, and you think you can become good at it enough to make a profit, I would like to give you the chance.
You asshole! Doing something like this! I'm still mad at you, you know? Don't think this means I'm okay with them. I lose my words, overwhelmed by all this, not knowing how to respond or react or anything, really. I want to still be mad, but this actually makes me really happy. God damn it.
There is still some work to be done, but if you'd like, you can help me make sure everything is running properly.
Sure. Okay, fine. Let's check it the fuck out. Let's see how this goes. I dash into the room and up to the oven, first thing. Reach for the dials and start twisting them around to see how they feel.
Don't just,
One comes up from behind and resets them to off. Boo, I thought we were testing them out.
Yes, but there is no need to be so careless, or do them all at once like that.
Time is money, right? Let's just get going.
No, please, I
bicker with her for a little while, but she ultimately convinces me to settle down. I open the oven door and stick my head inside, peeking around the interior.
Also...
Ow! I try to stand back up and hit my head on the inside of the oven, rubbing the back of my head. I carefully pull out and turn back toward Killy.
You okay?
Yeah, fine, what's up?
I don't know how often I can do it, but I agreed to teach you a little bit about coffee and baking mostly. So I could stop by sometime to,
Really? Without thinking, I dash towards them and wrap my arms around their shoulders. They seem to stiffen up a bit.
Again, I don't know how much I can do, but when I have some time...
Sure, no problem, just let me know.
You got it, kiddo. 03, please do not hurt them.
Right. I let out my tight squeeze to take a step away from them. They're making a sort of serious face at me. They noticed it too. We nod at each other and I turn towards 01. Hey, 01.
What is it?
Something I gotta say.
All right, I am listening.
My name isn't gonna be Unit 03 anymore. From now on...
Betting pool, what's her name gonna be? Killandra. Killy 03.
I don't know.
Canary.
From now on, call me Lainey, Melanie.
Oh, I read that and then I get it.
Melanie.
Melanie.
That's right. It's, I just...
All right, I understand, Melanie.
Yeah. Killy pats me on the shoulder from behind. I don't know how to feel now that I've actually gone and done it. Why is everything working out so suddenly? Why do things seem to be taking a decent turn? I still feel really fucking pissed off for some reason, but there's no denying it's really good.
The two of us have got to get going.
Huh? Oh. My swirling vortex of thoughts and feelings comes to an abrupt halt when Lucy speaks up all of a sudden. I kind of forgot she was still here. I wanted to talk to her, but she's been so quiet and now she's leaving, so... I guess I missed my chance.
Thank you for your help today, Lucy. And you as well, Killy. Sure, don't mention it.
I'll see you both tomorrow.
Yeah. On that weird half-finished note, she walks out. Killy gives me one last wave and follows after.
They both helped out a lot with this.
Lucy too?
Yes. Here, I will show you the things that we got today. I do not know how useful all of them will be, but...
Sure. Thank you. Oh, Lucy.
And is that it for this sode?
I think so.
That's it for this sode. We'll see you all next time. Now that we have a
Peace.
name for Melanie.
Yeah.
I thought it was Lady at first because I was reading the thing at the top, but it was Melanie. That was funny though, actually.
Yeah.
All right. See you all next time, everyone. Bye.
Peace, y'all.
that, like, comment and subscribe.